Hello guys, I am Marie.
And David.
Thank you a lot. Welcome back to our channel, David and Marie. And for our new subscribers, if it is your first time to watch this video, that is why we keep on saying our channel name is David and Marie.
Yes.
Kindly, as you
Subscribe,
watch and
like it
and share.
and share.
Yeah. So today we're gonna have a very little discussion, and the reason why I bring this video is to what happened to me or my family of the moment at the moment, what we are going through, and I don't know, maybe in future also. I just feel it's something like disturbing. I need to talk about it. Maybe I can get solution, or maybe David has the same problem. I don't know. He will have to tell us if he can. If he don't want, David never like to share. So
Maybe I have a lot to choose.
but he prefer to keep for himself. Yeah. So yeah, I just want to talk about relationship between children and parents. Okay, I'm not a relationship advisor, but this is something that just happened in the family, and that's why I want to talk about it. I feel it's so much disturbing. Yeah. So recently I told you in one video that I lost my cousin, and I feel so sad for my uncle. The cousin whom I lost is the daughter of my uncle. My uncle, who is the brother of my mother. Yeah. So it is so sad. It's the cousin we used to play together when we were small, until we separated. Someone going to look for her own life. So far, it has been long. I remember when I used to live in Nairobi, I lived with my cousin for some time. Then she left also, and she chose to have to rent her own room, you know. So from that time, I left the country, and whenever I go there, it's very hard to see everyone or to visit everyone. I always just inquire from my grandma if everyone is okay, like that. So yeah, recently when I heard that my cousin is no more, and I didn't have any information like she was sick or what, no. So this what make me feel, let me talk about it, you know. Right, David? Yeah. So it has been so much overwhelming to me. I feel so sad. I feel sad to my cousin who has left, though for her she has finished her journey. And I feel so sad to my uncle for losing her daughter. I feel so sad to myself because the relationship I have between me and my father, it keeps on disturbing me a lot, and yeah, it makes me go sad or sometimes feel lonely because of that. But I thank God David is giving me support whenever he can. So what do I say, or what do I need to say? If I have to talk a little bit about my cousin, okay, I don't want to be judged. My cousin is not here anymore, but I just want to highlight something. My uncle took care of all his children, and in one way he went wrong, which I don't want to judge. These things happen everywhere, and he happened to get another woman, but he didn't divorce the first woman. See, the mother of my cousin, they were there, and he has never ever mentioned he want to divorce them or not. they have a lot of children, and also with the second woman they have two children which are alive, and they lost one child. Yeah, so far my uncle has been supporting all the children, especially the first children or the children of the first wife. Their father has been with them all throughout. But it reached somewhere, the grudge even to talk to their father, like explain what is happening to them. They have a problem, no? So, to get to the point, my cousin got sick, the way I heard, and from there, those brothers or sisters who were close to her, they took her to the nearest hospital in Nairobi. And from there, when the doctors looked at my cousin, they told them to take her to Kenyatta Hospital. So they managed to take her to Kenyatta Hospital, and from there, the Kenyatta Hospital diagnosed her with brain tumor, or brain growth. So this is connected to cancer or brain cancer. Even though cancer is very hard to treat, and it consumes a lot, it's a very dangerous disease. I've no idea where this thing is coming from. Before, when I was growing up, we didn't have this cancer in the family, but when I reached somewhere, I lost my mother through stomach cancer, and I did my checkup to find more about this cancer, if we can, because our mother had it, and it can be extended to children or to family members. And someone I consulted told me no, because the cancer my mother had is not like it can be hereditary, So that is what has been eating me a lot. And also, when I come to the thing that my cousin got sick, and the doctor told them that they need to do surgery. But my cousin thought, okay, because they don't have money, they just came back in the house and they kept quiet. They didn't tell even their father. So this information was between them and their brothers and sisters and the mother, and that's it. So until the last minute, when they see now my cousin is almost done, that's when they are calling their father. No, when their mother is telling their father that the daughter is sick, and it's something very bad. It's very bad. Even if their father doesn't have money, they can just say, even if they feel they have that grudge, we have the brothers of the father, they can talk to them. They know how to get them. They can tell them, oh, please, we want this help. We have a sick person. Help us how to do it. It's not that my uncle is the only one. We have several, We have, my grandma had like 5 boys, and they are all alive. At least they can get one whom they can talk to. They can explain the problem they have too. If not, we have the aunties. We have 2 of my mother's sisters. They can explain we have this problem. If not, just tell a friend, So it disturbed me so much. My uncle heard the sickness of the daughter the last minute, and while he's trying to connect to the brothers, oh, my daughter is sick, and in 2 days or 1.5 day, I think 1.5 day, they are calling my family that or my uncle, she's not there anymore. And when my uncle was connecting to the family member to for them they can know that her daughter is sick, um, and my aunt is there Nairobi. She went to check at her. The news she came with was very disturbing news, and she just told my uncle that I don't think we need to waste a lot of time. Let us carry her back home, because the way I see her, she's not going. Someone who is dying, you can tell. So she told my uncle, let us try to find a way to take her back home. And so I heard also the mother said that the mother was coming in Nairobi to take her to the church of Ezekiel in Mombasa to pray to. So I really don't understand. As far as I like God, and as far as we would like also to go in the hospital and also pray, because all these things need to get connected to. So in that circumstance, my cousin just left abruptly without anyone understanding, without even getting medication, even little bit, to show people that she went to hospital and they tried to treat her. So in this case, I connect the case of my cousin to myself. While growing up, I grew up in the hands of my grandmother, the mother of my mother, and I've never been in the life of my father. Reason my father himself knows is something I will talk to about later. Maybe I will need to find how to talk about this. It's a very disturbing thing. Yeah, I've never been in the life of my father. I tried myself. I followed him several times trying to connect to him, but to me it proved difficult, because I've grown up and I feel that I don't need to go on begging him that I'm your daughter, I'm like this, until I've reached somewhere and I try to ask my grandparents, can I decide we do the DNA? So I don't know what my grandparents will say. In the side of my father, my grandparents are against DNA, but in the side of my mother, I think no one care, or maybe my grandmother will say, okay, you can go for DNA, but I don't know. And I don't know even if I will tell my father himself that can we go for DNA, if he will accept or not. Because I find whenever I call him, I ask him something, the feedback he returned to me is so sad, until he make my heart to sink. You feel like you are not her child, you are not his child, like that, or I'm not his daughter. So what do I need to say? Parents, just communicate with your children. Even if you are wrong, don't include children in your grudge. And
Yeah. If you love your children, you have to forget the bad relation, if you have bad relation or not. They
yeah,
are more important. You have to still communicating, especially in that kind of situation,
yeah,
that problem. You have to give the opportunity to the father or to the mother to try something.
yeah,
Because it's so sad when you hear your daughter or your son is dying, and you hear in the same week when you can do nothing, or in the
yeah,
same days.
yeah. You
Don't
hear?
mix the children with our problems. Never.
Yeah,
They are apart. They are the children. God give you for take out of them.
yeah. What about the children? Do the children need to follow the grudge the parents have?
Of course, they are apart. They don't have to still following the grabs.
Mm.
They have to be happy. You have to try to. Oh my God! Even it's a difficult question. Of course, you have to try to give them happy life
Yeah,
and help to them in everything that you can. You
yeah,
know.
yeah. We children, we don't need to follow the grudge our parents has. Even if they are wrong, but still they are our parents. But if you find, the thing is that if you find you are trying to get connected or have good relationship with your father, and your father,
Even the simple things. You have a discussion with your wife in the house. A lot of partners are fighting in the house in front of the children. No, don't do that.
yeah,
If you have something to talk with your husband or with your wife, wait until they are not there.
my aunties or the wives of my uncle, they were not fighting like physical fighting, but you just know that grudge someone can have in the heart and extend that thing to the children,
Yeah, but
and the
you see from the
children,
side of the children, it's so hard. They're gonna be hurting.
yeah,
I remember when my father and my mother was fighting in a discussion, and I feel so sad.
hmm, so you get affected too.
Of course.
Yeah, so yeah, you see, this thing has,
Sorry, my God, I think I'm eating all these insects that are flying around.
sorry, so these things has affected my uncle has been affected losing the daughter, or getting the news that the daughter is sick at the last minute when he cannot do anything. Even not him alone, the whole family is like, what's happening, because they get news on Saturday, and on Monday, that's Monday when I heard the news. On Monday morning, my cousin is dying, is dead. It's something very saddening, when you cannot do anything. And even if you can't do anything, it's better to hear that or to understand that so and so was like this, or so and so is sick. At least maybe we can try to get small money and chip in. You see, like now, everyone is contributing money for the funeral, to carry the body home, to arrange all the funerals. Who is giving this money? This family they were ignoring. We are all the family now who has to give this money. Mm. And I'm sure my other family member, when my uncle had like they want to go to school, the other family member has been contributing. Oh, the son of our brother need to go to school, and they contribute. So I don't think they will refuse to contribute when someone is sick or when one of them is sick. If they can't they can contribute for schooling, they can contribute for health medication too. Even if it is little, yeah, cancer is very expensive to treat. It's very consuming. It's very, you can give you mentally sick, physically sick, emotionally and spiritually. It's draining. But on the other hand, we need also to to explain to other people. So I feel so sad to my uncle. This is her second daughter to die. He lost the first one, now this is the second one. And sometimes I don't know which kind of spirit is that. If I can compare with my grandma, the mother of my mother, she started losing her daughters. She lost three daughters. Yeah, three daughters. Yeah, she lost three daughters. She still have two surviving. One of the daughters she lost, who is my mother. And it has been so hard for my grandma to accept this. And now this thing has started going to my uncle. Now he's starting to lose his daughters, which is so sad. Mm. We always say that it's never good for the children to, for the parents to bury the children. Yeah.
Yeah.
The children.
That is not the natural way.
Yeah. The children have to bury their parents. You know. So when I see this thing happening to my uncle, I feel so sad. But on the other hand, also I feel sad because the communication is very low between the children and the parents, and the mothers and their husbands, you know, just because of small thing. And this thing should have been talked a long time ago, because it's not now when my uncle is having another woman. It's years. I think 30 years, something like that. More than 30 years, if I can say. More than 30 years.
And all that time they come to
Yeah.
try the good relation.
These children, David, have been together with this second woman. They used to be close, stay in the house when my uncle was there. They were together. So I don't know where this grudge came to be more when my uncle retired and went home, you know. And in this case, my uncle is living with their mother. He's not living with this second woman. Second woman is still in the city, you know. So it's so disturbing. Okay, I don't want to judge, but the thing is that maybe it can help one person or two. Never put grudge you have between you and your other woman, or a grudge between children and the parents, parents to parents. Never put a grudge for that. Even if you know your husband has another side chick, or your father has another woman, like that. Never include children in this thing. Something can happen, and you don't know how to solve this. But also find another way that you can solve this problem instead of including children. Guide and counsel your children. You see, like for me, no one has ever guided me and counseled me to all the problems I'm going through. I just talk to myself and I think, how can I solve? But for me to solve it's very hard, because my mother never got married to my father, you know. So there is no way I can say I will go and solve this. But the only thing I always try to talk to my father. But he keeps on pushing me away from him. The more I talk, the more he pushes me away. It's not that I hate him. It's not that I hate the woman he has. But themselves, they keep on pushing me away. But anyway, I don't want to talk about my father now. This is another topic. I just wanted to tell all the parents, maybe you are here, you are watching my videos, just don't include your children to your fight. Children, don't get involved with the parents' fight, and let it be solved in a maturity way, you know. Yeah, no, you have something to say?
I don't know which more to say.
Yeah.
It's like that. You have to, even if you divorce it, you separate, the partner wants to stop the relation, but don't involucrate the children.
Mm.
Try to give nice life to them. I don't know. It's incredible. Some things is happening, and I can't believe it.
Yeah.
How is possible that?
Yeah, things happen for a reason, but through this we learn more. We learn from others too. So now I have learned what has happened or what we are going through. I can get something there that I can learn from it. And maybe from this talk, there is one person also here who can learn from this talk, or yeah, it's just learning from each other. We are not judging. I'm not judging my cousin who is gone. I'm not judging my uncle, or I'm not judging anyone else. But the thing is that let us not include children to the fight, parents to the fight of the children, like that. So that's what I just wanted to discuss. David has been in this situation also, but you are still in the same situation too. Parents
Yeah.
to parents, yeah. Having relationship within your parents. So we're gonna stop our video there, and we will talk about other things later. I have a lot of things I need to talk to. Uh, I think we see you in the next video.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube
And
channel.
don't forget to share it, please.
Yeah, share, please. Guys, push us, let us reach to the 10,000 subscribers. Kindly. And we say,
Goodbye.
bye.
God bless you all.
Amen.